up on Good Morning Texas, we have insight from an expert on how you can manage your student debt after graduation.
A staple store on the drag is closing after 4 decades.
And it's back. The Wienermobile returns to the UT campus.
All this and more coming up on Good Morning Texas. Good morning, Texas. I'm Cortland Cole.
And I'm Marissa Cardozo. Thanks for tuning in to Good Morning Texas.
So how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, it's been a rough week. You know, classes are in like the 3rd week. It feels like it's been forever.
Do you have any tests coming up?
Yeah, I have like 3 next week.
Oh, well, good luck to you on those.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of Austin places have been closing, including Manus, which is a popular women's boutique on the drag, is closing its doors after nearly 4 decades. Reporter Nia Wesley talks with the shop owners who are getting pushed out by a major retailer.
Manus is a one-stop shop for your everyday college girl. Located right on the drag, the clothing boutique is a magnet for 20-somethings that pass by it every day on their way to class. Most known for its burnt orange stylistic selections, their styles drape mini co-eds on game day.
I usually look at their accessories because they're usually pretty inexpensive.
The boutique opened in 1977 when owners Kativa Shahjani and husband wanted to continue a family business that began in India. The couple came to the U.S. in 1972 and even raised 3 kids that all attended UT. Business had been booming as usual when Sajani received word from her landlord that the building her space occupied was being purchased by the large retail chain Urban Outfitters.
He told us a few months back that, somebody has taken over the whole block and there's no place for us here.
The nationwide chain is aimed at young adults with over 400 locations, one being on the drag just a few doors down from Manus. We spoke with an Urban Outfitters employee who can't be identified but says their store plans to expand and there's the possibility of a restaurant in place of Manus.
A lot of places are closing on the drag, and I don't know if that's like part of some bigger thing, like maybe they only want food places on the drag and not so much clothing, or maybe they just want big companies to come in, places that have chains like Urban Outfitters. I don't think that one's going to be closing anytime soon.
I started shopping here when I got to UT last year, and so, coming from the customer to an employee, it's just really sad at all levels that the place won't be here anymore, especially after 37 years.
The owner says she has considered finding another space for her store in the near future, but it would have to be near the UT campus. Her store is one of the oldest stores on the drag besides the UT Co-op and will close its doors February 28th.
You know, it's so sad that all these stores are closing, especially Manus with such a cute backstory. I mean, 3 kids that went to UT.
I know, it's like deep in the heart of Austin in that kind of way, like on the UT campus. I'm a little bummed that I didn't go before it was closing, but I will definitely have to check it out because all their stuff looks so cute and very much Longhorn style.
Amazing.
Yeah. And speaking of style, Austin-based jewelry retailer Kendra Scott Design Incorporation gears up to move its flagship store. The company's headquarters on South Congress Avenue has doubled as a design studio since 2002. But the company is expanding, and Kendra Scott officials have told the Austin American-Statesman that they plan to relocate to North Lamar Boulevard and West 38th. They have yet to release a date for the move.
So I personally don't shop at Kendra Scott, but my friend is obsessed with it, and I love literally everything she wears. It's so cute.
Same. I haven't shopped there, but it's really exciting that she started in 2002, local, personal, small business, and she's taken off, and it's really exciting that it started all in Austin.
Yeah, it's really inspiring to see that she actually got out of college and made something out of herself.
Yeah.
Like other people can't do that, you know? And student debt can be an overwhelming thing for anyone, and many don't know where to begin cleaning up their finances after graduation. Reporter Cassandra Jaramillo takes a look at a possible repayment program that can help students become debt-free.
The majority of college students today bear the burden of carrying student debt, making it hard to transition into life after graduation.
I'm building all this debt already. How am I going to be able to survive, at least in this sense of, paying back,
But if eligible, repayment programs like Pay As You Earn can help you make smaller, manageable payments over a 10 or 20-year time period. Student loan expert Heather Jarvis says that no student should have to default on loans with the programs available today.
There is no reason that someone with federal student loans should default on their loans or be delinquent. Everyone can get an affordable monthly payment based on their income for their federal student loan.
So what makes pay-as-you-earn different from other standard repayment plans? Well, pay-as-you-earn really benefits the student who has a high debt to discretionary income ratio. For example, let's say I borrowed $50,000 for my 4-year degree, but I'm only making $19,000 a year. With pay-as-you-earn, I can make monthly payments as low as $12 compared to the average $500 I would make on the standard 10-year repayment plan. For senior Inmer Cardona, a college education was worth the investment. But as someone who wants to teach, he realizes the income may not be high.
In the type of job field that I'm in, like that I'm trying to go into, like it's causing a barrier, you know, especially since I guess teachers or in the education field, you really don't gain much money.
Heather Jarvis says the best thing students can do is to stay informed and be proactive about their finances.
Have to take specific action to make it happen. No one is going to help you or hold your hand or really advise you.
For more information on Pay-As-You-Earn or to find repayment program you are eligible for, visit the National Student Loan Data System at nslds.ed.gov. That's a really great idea. I'm glad that something like that is around.
Exactly. I know if you take out loans, I think it's very scary when you're about to graduate. Not only are you being thrust into the real world trying to find a job, but then you're like, oh, I need to pay for those debts at some point, and I need to find a job to do so. So it's great that there are programs that will help you out, especially if you don't really know financial, you know.
Exactly.
If you're not financial savvy, then it's good to have those programs around. If you're about to graduate and you're not sure what to do, here's a way to make some money after graduation. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile returns to the UT campus to recruit seniors for a new team of hot doggers. Reporter Madeline Christensen made a visit to the Wienermobile. See what it takes.
So the Wienermobile is Oscar Mayer's mobile marketing vehicle. It's an American icon. It's something that's been around for 77 years now. And basically what we do with the Wienermobile is travel around the country, spreading miles of smiles. We usually go to a new city every week and do different events with the Wienermobile. We do everything from grocery store visits, parades, festivals, sporting events, pretty much anything that someone would want to see a giant 27-foot long hot dog up here at, we'll go to. But there's 12 hot doggers, so every year Oscar Mayer hires 12 recent graduates to become the official drivers of the Wienermobile. Being a hot dogger is basically, you know, we're brand ambassadors, we're spokespeople for Oscar Mayer. So we come with the Wienermobile. Everywhere we go, the Wienermobile's with us. We're the official drivers. So it has a lot of responsibility because we're representing Oscar Mayer as a brand, but we're also having a ton of fun with it. I mean, we can be cheesy weenies when we want to. We've gone to really cool events. We're meeting people everywhere we go. So it's a lot of fun. Probably one of the most fun jobs I think I might ever have.
And we get to meet so many people, from pets to cats and dogs, to professionals in the workplace like news anchors on CNBC, Good Morning America, and then a lot of local news anchors that we end up being friends with. Just the people that we're able to meet is outstanding, meeting about 500 people a day sometimes, and you can imagine there are a lot of interesting stories.
Any students, UT students, are interested in this job, either this year or next year, we are always back on campus, usually around this time. But definitely look into it. I mean, it's a great way to like do a leeway out of college and into the real world. You have an extra year to kind of explore the country, see where you might want to live, and have a full-time paid job to get to do that experience. So just, you know, follow the Wienermobile, check us out on Twitter, and then definitely like come out and see us. We'll be on campus.
Madeline Christensen, Good Morning, Texas.
If you're interested in becoming a hot dogger, check out the info session on February 9th to get more information. I love seeing it on campus. I think that was my dream when I was little, to drive one of the Wienermobiles, because I love the song. That was my jam when I was little. I would see it, I would sing, it was great.
And it's honestly such a great opportunity because you just go to so many places and see so many different things in a big hot dog.
Exactly.
How amazing is that?
If you want to see more of Good Morning Texas, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a look at this week's weather forecast.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. We have our Cassandra Jaramillo in the News and Weather Center. What's happening in the news for this week, Cassandra?
Thanks, Cortland. Well, last week you'll remember we saw hostile anti-Islam protesters at Texas Muslim Capital Day. It was the 7th anniversary of the event and the first time speakers were interrupted. Chief of the Austin Police Department, Art Acevedo, told reporters yesterday, though, that his department declares support for the Muslim community and he wants to clear the misconceptions surrounding Muslims. And also in headlines today, Governor Greg Abbott has pledged to veto any budget that does not cut taxes on businesses. Abbott said the best way to stimulate growth in the Texas economy is to reduce the business franchise tax. The 24,000 members from the National Federation of Independent Business has called the legislature to cut the franchise tax, calling it burdensome and complicated. And Forbes recently listed Austin as one of the top cities where Hispanics are doing the best economically. Coming in at number 9 on the list, the Texas capital has seen an 83% increase in the Hispanic population since 2000. With the average median household income at more than $44,000, other Texas cities on the list include Houston as 4th, Dallas as 7th, and San Antonio as 8th. Forbes also released a list for African Americans, and San Antonio is tied for 8th. Other Texas cities round out the top 15, showing a trend of African Americans returning to the South for economic prosperity. That's all for now. Back to you guys.
I'm really happy about what the chief police officer said because I think religious tolerance is very important, and I'm really glad that he made that statement that he supports like Muslims 100% or Islam.
I agree. I definitely agree. It's very important, and I just think that makes tensions lower, makes peace more of a possibility among everybody. I also like to hear that Hispanics are doing so well in Austin. I'm Venezuelan, so yay, Austin for that. And Houston, which is my hometown, is 4th, so Texas looking good, looking good. And how's the weather looking this week, Cassandra?
Well, Marissa Bell, after a chilly beginning to the week, we can expect a small change today. Temperatures are currently in the low 40s and will reach a high of 61 degrees. Thursday will be a chilly day, so make sure you have a coat. The high will be 46 degrees with a low of 31 degrees. Now, make sure that you plan to be outside this weekend because it's going to be beautiful. Friday, we will see mostly sunny skies with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 49. Saturday will feel like early spring in February with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. And believe it or not, you might just break a sweat being outside on Sunday. Highs will be in the upper 70s and the low will be near 49 degrees. That's your weather forecast for the week. Back to you.
I'm really excited for this week after so many days of rainy and chilly weather. I'm excited for some sun and some, a little bit breezy weather.
I've been so cold all week. It's terrible, and I don't have an umbrella. I've just been going through it all week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting mine.
When we return, we're catching up with students to see if they've been sticking to their New Year's resolutions.
Stay tuned for Good Morning Texas. Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. New Year resolutions are tough, and we are guessing many students have not been keeping up with them.
We went out and asked what they're doing to make sure they accomplish them.
My New Year's resolutions they're kind of basic, like to be more happy and like healthy, and I've actually succeeded in doing them. Like doing yoga helps. not stressing myself out.
I definitely strive to make better grades this semester because I sort of fumbled a little bit last semester, and I hope to make all A's, and I'm definitely working towards that right now. And I'm taking a much more rigorous course load, I guess.
My New Year's resolution was to just get better at being a better artist, and I've been keeping on track somewhat.
Well, it was mainly to be more productive because last year was a pretty unproductive year, to be honest. I wish I could say I've kept them going. I've been trying to, but my time management's still pretty bad and stuff. So, I've been trying. That's been good, reading more and stuff like that.
So my New Year's resolution was to be better with communicating with people. I'm actually the worst. So I've been on my laptop on iMessages responding to people. I give myself a 5-minute time limit to respond to people, and if not, I don't get dinner that night.
Oh, really? I want to start texting you to see if you're going through with it. My New Year's resolution was to be more active and to go to the gym more because last semester I was so busy. I definitely put working out on the back burner. So I've been going at least 4 times a week. So I'm really excited about that. We'll see how it goes.
Now don't go anywhere. When we come back, you have the chance to win an exclusive drawing by artist Lakeem Wilson. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. We have artist Lakeem Wilson in the studio with us this morning. Welcome, Lakeem.
How are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Sorry about that little confusion there. So let's get started on some questions for you. When did you start drawing?
I started drawing at a very early age. I would say around 5 or 6. I was pretty close with my elementary school art teachers, and I had a good relationship with all my art teachers throughout school. So I would say around 5 or so.
That's great that you had some a little support system there. That's nice. What are your motivations behind your art?
Some of my biggest motivations is to bring about social change and also inspire people to see the world in a different way through art and media. And so those are some of my main reasons for creating,
I see. How would you describe your style?
I would say my style is pretty illustrative. It's more illustrative than artistic, but in illustrations you're able to give straightforward messages, and you're able to create an image that makes a person question what they're seeing, and so I would say pretty illustrative.
What would you want your viewers or whoever's looking at your art to get from your art? The message.
Kind of like an underground language behind it, With artwork, you're able to read into it, kind of like the narrative. So with my artwork, I would want to create images to where they can read into it and just kind of see small messages that represent different type of things,
Yeah. What's your favorite piece of artwork you've created?
I have a lot of favorite pieces. I would say my favorite one as far as meaning-wise is the impossible one. But it's just it's this one right here. It's impossible, but it's also can be seen as I'm possible. And it's kind of even though America have a lot of social issues and things like that, it's also a country with a lot of great opportunities and ways that you can advance. So, the idea of being I'm possible just means that you're able to create your own situations and fight through the struggles and make things possible for yourself. So it's the difficult things, you kind of take care of them immediately, but the impossible things just takes a little while longer, but it's still attainable.
I like that. So there's going to be a struggle, but you're going to make it.
Definitely.
Type deal. Okay, I see what you're saying. What's the meaning behind Natural Born Star?
Natural Born Star, that's my main logo and brand that I've been working on since I would say the end of high school. And I would say the underground meaning of it is just being a person that's born with natural talents are just born with the natural ability to see the world in a different way. Natural born star can be, expanded across anybody who have like those contributions. So someone who's passionate about what they do, someone who have like a natural awareness for what they want to do and just talented at what they're doing.
So you have a showcase coming up.
For sure.
Yay. Tell me more about your upcoming event.
Alrighty, so the event is going to be at Spider House this Thursday at 6. It's from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be my first major event. It's a collaboration with Red Throat House and myself, which is Natural Born Star. And it's like my first time being able to have like a major show where I like sell my work and I'm able to give a presentation about what I want to do with my artwork. And like I've had like a good support system so far, so I'm excited to see how many people come and show up. And
for sure, that is exciting.
Yeah.
What was the process like to get that showcase?
I would say it's been a lot of social media posting, one thing, and that's just like being actively posting like artwork into like Instagram and Twitter, and just showing people what I create and how I create things, and also like writing underlining messages that's kind of inspirational for people to connect with. And then one of my close friends, Amin, he's the one who's over like Red Throat House. He was like, because I at first had an illustration book that I created like from scratch, and I stitched it. And he was like, bro, why don't you take those images and just scan them and create a book, like a physical book that you can sell and things like that. So that's how the idea came about of like the book release. And he got connected with a lot of local artists and musicians and things, so we just decided to put the show together. So now it's a few days away, and we're going to see how it works out.
Well, I'm sure everything will turn out great. I do have some questions though.
Okay.
These pieces with the money, what's that about? What are you trying to say there?
So those pieces I drew on a few dollar bills, the $100 bill, the $10 bill, and the $1 bill. And I guess this works well since it's Black History Month, but this piece I was questioning the value of money. A lot of people, see money and they value it so much, but in reality it's just a physical sheet of paper. So I looked at the piece of paper as what it is, as a physical paper, and I put role models who I value on each bill, and I wanted to question it and see if it could bring more value to the money itself with the people that I added. So like on a $100 bill, I put Muhammad Ali, which is one of my favorite role models, and then on a $10 bill, I put Malcolm X, which the Roman numeral X is a 10, so it's kind of fit well. And then on a $1 bill, I put Martin Luther King, which he stood for unifying everybody and having everybody being as one. So that was like the underlining meaning behind that project, and I wanted to like frame it in a golden frame to emphasize the value of those people in particular in regards to what change they made in Black history and in history in America.
I love that you put so much thought into it. That's really interesting to see. All right, tell everyone when they can catch your showcase.
All right, so the showcase is this Thursday at Spider House at 9 o'clock, so be there on time. It's a $5 charge, but I hope that's not too much. But it's going to be a great turnout.
I sure hope so. If you're interested in winning an exclusive drawing from Lakeem, tweet us on Twitter at Good Morning Texas with the hashtag Lakeem on GMTX to be entered into the raffle. That's all we have for today. For more Good Morning Texas throughout the week, you can follow us on Twitter at Good Morning TX. You can also check out our Tumblr, gmtx.tumblr.com. Have a great rest of your day and make sure to stay warm.